Hi everyone, welcome to the next session of design and drawing of reinforced concrete structures. In last class, we have discussed the one problem, design of singly reinforced beam. In last class, we have discussed about the design of singly reinforced beam. Today, we will continue what are the discussion we have completed in our previous session. What are the previous calculations we have considered. Again, one more time I'll explain here. Further, we'll go for the further calculation, that means step by step procedure. Again, one more time I will explain about the step by step of analysis and design of singly reinforced beam. First, we calculated the span to depth ratio. Based on span to depth ratio, we have calculated the effective depth of the beam. Based on the effective depth, we have calculated the gross depth, we have provided the stirrups, we have provided the main bars. After that, consideration of effective depth, we calculated the effective span of the beam. In effective span of the beam, we consider the center to center distance between clear span as well as clear span plus effective depth of the beam. This is the step we have considered for the effective span. Later, third step, we have calculated the various type of loading condition, that is dead load, live load. These types of loads we have calculated. After calculation of the dead loads and live loads, we calculated the shear force and bending moment diagram. For shear force and bending moment diagram, we calculated the shear force values and bending moment values. After, we have checked the limiting moment of resistance as well as we have calculated the area of the steel. How much amount of area of steel we have to provide, that thing also we have calculated. In today's class, we will discuss about the minimum area of tension reinforcement as well as maximum area of tension reinforcement, as well as check for shear and control of deflection. These are the remaining steps for our continuation problem. The things what we have discussed in our previous class, major things I am explaining here. We have considered the width of the section B equal to 200 mm, total depth of the beam capital D equal to 200 mm, as well as effective depth of the beam equal to 160 mm. The total ultimate load, design load acting on the beam, we are calculated as W equal to 10.5 kilonewton per meter, whereas the ultimate moment acting on the beam, we are taking it as 13.1 kilonewton meter. This is the load acting on the beam due to various type of dead load and working live load, as well as the materials we have discussed, that means character strength of the concrete as well as yield strength of the steel we have calculated. And finally, we have calculated the area of the steel required, it as 276.35 mm square. Up to now, these are the steps we have discussed. Next, we will calculate about the minimum area of tension reinforcement. That means what is the minimum area of reinforcement we have to provide in the beam and what is the maximum amount of reinforcement we have to provide in the beam. The details we will discuss here. Next, I will write this step number, class number. If you observe in our IS 456 class, the area of minimum reinforcement and maximum reinforcement we are taking from the page number 47 and class number 26.5.1.1. Here I am writing the page number and as well as class number. Here I am writing the details. The details are area of minimum reinforcement. I am writing it as area of minimum reinforcement. Area of minimum reinforcement. Area of minimum reinforcement, we are considering it from the code book. That area of minimum reinforcement we are taking it as AST divided by, that means AST minimum divided by BD equal to 0.85 divided by F5. 0.85 divided by F5. This is the formula we are taking it from the IS 456 class number 26.5.1 and page number 47. Here I am writing the class number, that means from IS 456 2000, page 47, page number 47, and clause number 26.5.1.1. From this clause we are calculating the minimum area of the steel reinforcement. That minimum area of the steel reinforcement we are calculating as AST minimum equal to 0.85 into BD divided by Fi. That means 0.85 into where B into D divided by F into Y. This is the formula. From this what we are calculating, we have to calculate this minimum area of the reinforcement. That minimum area of the reinforcement equal to 0.85 into where B is the width of the beam and capital D, small d is the effective depth of the beam. That width of the beam we are taking it as 200 mm, as well as the effective depth we are taking it as 160 mm, divided by where Fy is the yield strength of the steel. That yield strength of the steel we are taking it as 415 Newton per mm square. If you substitute these parameters by calculating, you can get the minimum area of tension reinforcement in the beam. That minimum area of tension reinforcement 0.85 into 200 into 160 divided by 415. Okay, I am getting this minimum area of tension reinforcement as AST minimum equal to 65.54 mm square. 65.54 mm square. That means this is the minimum area of reinforcement you should have to provide in the concrete beam. The minimum area of reinforcement is 65.54 mm square. Whereas we have calculated the area of the steel required as 276.35 based on the amount of load acting on the beam and movement acting on the beam. Now we will calculate the maximum amount of reinforcement will be required for the beam. That means how much maximum amount we can keep on the beam. That now we have to calculate. Again from IS 456, again I am writing here from IS 456 2000, again page number as 47, clause number 26.5.1.2. by using this clause from IS 456 and 2000, we have to calculate the maximum area of the tension reinforcement. That means I am writing here area of maximum reinforcement, area of maximum reinforcement. That area of maximum reinforcement from IS 456 2000, page number 47 and clause number 26.5.1.2, we are taking it as 0.4 into B into capital D, where the maximum reinforcement we are taking this from clause 26.5.12 as 0.4 into B into D, where B is the width of the beam and capital D is the total depth of the beam. If you substitute all the parameters in the beam, you will get the maximum area of the tension reinforcement. That means 0.4 into where B is the width of the beam. That width of the beam we are taking it as 200 mm into where capital D is the total depth of the beam. The total depth of the beam we are considering it as 200 mm. That means if you substitute 0.4 into 200 by 200, you will get the maximum area of the reinforcement. That means 0.4 into 200 into 200. If you substitute, I am getting this maximum area of the tension reinforcement as 16,000 mm square. 16,000 mm square. Up to this is the calculation for area of the steel reinforcement. That means we have calculated the area of the steel required as 276.35 mm square. The minimum area of the steel reinforcement we have to provide 65.4 mm square, whereas the maximum area of the steel reinforcement we are taking it as 16,000 mm square. That means the steel what you are providing in the singly reinforced beam, the amount of steel we have to keep in between these values. That means you can have to provide more than 65.54 mm square, as well as less than 6000 mm square. This is the step. Stop here. Now we will calculate the number of bars. How many number of bars will be required for the area of the reinforcement? Now we will calculate. Always you have to check that the area of the steel required or area of the steel provided, it should always be greater than minimum area of the steel reinforcement. According to code IS 456 from page number 47. Again, if you check here, where total area of the steel, capital AST equal to, where N is the number of bars and small AST is the area of the steel reinforcement for the single bars. Capital AST is the total area of the steel reinforcement. That means if you consider 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, that means around 5 meters, 6 meters, 8 meters. For such type of beams, the area of the reinforcement will get it as total area of the steel. Where small AST is the area of the steel reinforcement for a single bar. Now we know the total area of the steel reinforcement, but we don't know the number of bars required for the to give the area of the steel reinforcement as 276.35 Newton. Sorry, 276.35 mm square. Now we will calculate the number of bars. Number of bars equal to total area of the steel divided by area of the steel of the single bar. In calculating the first step in the effective depth of the beam, we have considered the main bar diameter as 20 mm. That means we have to provide here this area of the steel reinforcement for main bar, one main bar. We have to calculate. Number of bars equal to total area of the steel required. The total area of the steel required, we are calculating its value as 276.35 mm square. That is the total area of the steel reinforcement we have provided. Now we have to calculate the area of the single bar. We have provided the 20 mm diameter bar, and so you have to substitute the area of single bar as 20 mm. That means pi by 4 into where diameter of the bar we are considering it as 20 mm square. That means 276.35 total area of the steel reinforcement divided by area of the single bar. That area of the single bar equal to pi by 4 into d square, where pi by 4 value it as 0.785, d square 20 into 20. Diameter of the single bar we are taking it as 20 mm. That means 276.35 divided by pi by 4 into d square. If you substitute, I am getting this value as 314. By substituting these values, you will get the number of bars. That means 276.35 divided by 314. If you see here, the number of bars we are getting this value as 0.88. That means we have to provide the bars always in a numerical values. That means if you get the 1.2, 1.3 like that, we have to round figure it to either 2 or 3 based on our requirements. Here, based on the diameter of the bar, we are getting this value as the number of bar 0.88, which is not advisable. 0.88 we cannot provide. Hence why we have to provide either single diameter bar, that means 1 bar, or 2 bars. Here I am using the 2 number of bars as 20 mm diameter. That means 20 mm diameter bars, 2 number of bars I am providing in the tension reinforcement. This is the calculation for the number of bars requirement. Number of bars equal to total area of the steel divided by area of the single reinforcement bar. If I am here, consider this diameter of the bar as 20 mm diameter bar. Otherwise, if you substitute either 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, 18 mm based on that diameter of the bar, the number of bars it will may increase or decrease. That means if you substitute here instead of 20 mm diameter bar, if you substitute 12 mm diameter bar, the number of bars it will may increase. Again, if you substitute the 6 mm diameter bar, the 6 mm diameter bar will require more number of bars. Based on the size of the diameter of the bar also, the number of bars it will may vary. That means how much amount of diameter of the bar you are providing, based on that the number of bars it will may vary. Now I am calculating the provided area of the reinforcement. Now how much I am providing? I am providing 2 bars of 20 mm diameter bars. Previous I calculated the area of the steel based on the moment calculation. After based on the moment calculation, AST required I calculated. That AST required I calculated as 276.35 mm square. Now I am providing the area of the steel reinforcement as 2 number of bars, area of the bar diameter as 20 mm. Here I am writing those terms. Provided area of reinforcement. Provided area of reinforcement. Provided area of reinforcement. That provided area of the reinforcement I am taking it as 2 number of bars with 20 mm diameter. That means provided area of the reinforcement equal to AST provided equal to n into pi by 4 into diameter square. This is the area of the steel provided. Again I am writing here AST provided equal to AST provided equal to n into pi by 4 into d square, where number of bars I am taking it as 2 number of bars, as well as pi by 4 I am taking diameter of the bar I am considering it as 20 m. That means 20 square. If you substitute all these parameters, you will get the area of the steel reinforcement provided. Area of the steel reinforcement provided. That area of the steel reinforcement provided I am calculating here at as 2 into pi by 4 as 0.785 into 20 whole square. That area of the steel provided I am getting it as 628 mm square. That means area of the steel provided equal to 628 mm square. This is the calculation for how we are calculating the area of the steel reinforcement. First we calculated the area of the steel required based on the moment, based on the load acting on the beam. Later we calculated the how much amount of minimum reinforcement we have to provide in the beam, and what is the maximum area of reinforcement we have to provide in the beam. We have calculated. Again after calculation of that, always we have to ensure that the maximum area of reinforcement should be always greater than the minimum area of the reinforcement. After that we calculated the how many number of bars will be required to resist the bending moment and shear forces. After that we calculated this number of bars as 0.88. If you can take one number of bar also, but if you provide one number of bar in the beam, it should not give the very good bonding to the top portion and bottom portion. Hence why the minimum number of bars we have to consider in this beam as 2 number of bars. That means 2 number of bars we are providing with 20 mm diameter. Okay, up to now this is the area of the steel provided. Now we will calculate the check for shear. That means due to application of the load for beam, it will make failure. To resist the beam to failure, what is the shear reinforcement? To get the resistance to shear, what is the reinforcement we have to provide? That we will calculate from the again IS 456 class number. Again from IS 456 page number 72, we have to calculate the nominal shear stresses or shear check for shear stresses. I am writing here in this board from IS 456 2000 page number 72, from IS 456 2000 page number 72, class number 40.1, the nominal shear stress I am reading in the code book. The nominal shear stress in the beam of uniform depth shall be obtained by the following equation, where tau v equal to Vu by B into D, where Vu is the shear force acting on the beam, already we are calculated. B is the width of the beam and small d is the effective depth of the beam. Again I am writing this as check for shear. From class number I am writing it as check for shear. check for shear. From this check for shear, I am writing this value as tau v equal to, from that class, tau v equal to Vu divided by B into D, where this tau v equal to Vu by BD already we have calculated. That Vu value we are calculated as 16.59 kilonewton. That means Vu equal to 16.59 into kilonewton. We are substituted in terms of Newton. That means 1 kilonewton equal to 1000 Newton. That means 16.59 into 1000 divided by, where B is the depth of the beam. The depth of the beam I am taking it as 200 mm, and small d is the effective depth of the beam. That effective depth of the beam we are taking it as 160 mm. If you substitute these parameters, you will get the shear force acting on the beam. How much amount of shear is acting on the beam we will get. I am substituting these values. 16.59 into 1000 divided by 200 into 160. Okay, I am getting this tau v value as 0.51 Newton per mm square. 0.51 Newton per mm square. That means by application of the load acting on the beam, it will may act to the shear. It has 0.51 Newton per mm square. Up to now, this is the calculation for how we are calculating the check for shear. After this, we have to calculate the percentage of reinforcement for the beam. That means what is the minimum percentage of reinforcement we have to provide in the beam. That the minimum area of the steel reinforcement, for calculating the area of the steel we have to provide. That means percentage limit equal to percentage of reinforcement limit equal to, or PT limit equal to 100 into AST divided by BD. Okay, percentage of steel reinforcement, we are calculating this value as percentage of steel limit equal to 100 into AST divided by BD. Again, from table number 19, we are calculating this percentage of shear reinforcement. If you check this page number 73 and table number 19, you will get the percentage of steel reinforcement. It has 100 into AST divided by BD. Percentage of steel reinforcement limit equal to 100 into AST divided by BD, where 100 into AST is the value that we have to provide area of the steel reinforcement. We have to consider from this diagram, from these values, how much amount of area of the steel we have provided. We have provided this area of the steel as 628 mm square. That area of the steel we have to consider. That means 100 into 628 divided by, where B is the width of the beam and D is the effective depth of the beam, where width of the beam as 200 into effective depth of the beam as 160 mm. If you substitute these limits, you will get the percentage of reinforcement limit, percentage limit of concrete limit. That means 100 into 628 divided by B, 200 into 160. Okay, that percentage of reinforcement, I am getting this value as 1.96 percentage. This is the percentage of reinforcement we have to provide in the beam. Based on this percentage of reinforcement, we should have to ensure that the shear stress what is coming on the beam, it will be exceeds or it is not exceeding the shear strength of the concrete. We have to consider it from the table 19, page number 73. Okay, here I am writing this from table number 19. I am writing this as table 19. From table 19, I am writing this value as design shear strength of the concrete. That 100 into AST divided by BD. From this, I am taking these values as for 1.96. That means this from this 0.51 Newton per shear stresses, the percentage of limit, how much amount we have to calculate, we have to consider it from the IS 456 code book. From this code book, I am taking this value as 1.96 for the shear stress of 0.51. We didn't have any 0.51 value for the shear stress of the percentage limit as 1.96. That 1.96 I am getting this value not there for this shear stress. For this shear stress values, I am taking this values as percentage of limit for 100 AST by BD values. For this 100 AST by BD values, I am taking it from the code book. The percentage of limit I am taking in between the values. In between the values. In between the values, we are getting it from the table as the 1.96. It will be in between 1.75 and 2.0 from the IS 456 code book. While explaining this class, while you are doing in the experimentation, you have to observe page number 73, table number 19. From this, I am calculating the percentage limit of the steel reinforcement. Here the given values from table 19, I am writing it as 1.75 equal to, this is the percentage of the steel reinforcement given from the table 19, page number 73. PT at 1.75 equal to, I am getting this tau c value for M20 grade it as 0.75. Okay, percentage of steel reinforcement for 1.75, I am getting this design shear strength as 0.75 Newton per mm square. For mm square. Okay, for our value is, we are taking this value as 1.96. Again, for percentage of limit 2.0 equal to, for 2.0 we are taking it as M20 grade equal to the design shear strength it as 0.79. 0.79. Now we have to calculate the, for this 0.51 Newton per mm square, what is the amount of shear reinforcement, it is exceeding or not exceeding, that we have to calculate. That means for tau equal to 0.51 Newton per mm square, we have to calculate that value. Again, where tau equal to 0.51 Newton per mm square. For this value, we have to substitute the shear reinforcement values. The shear reinforcement values, by taking the interpolation, we can calculate these values. That values we are taking it as minimum value plus, that means minimum value plus maximum value minus minimum value divided by maximum value minus minimum value into required value minus maximum value. This is the interpolation. That interpolation value I can substitute by using this code book. Okay, up to now this is the calculation for shear strength of the concrete.